Hey everyone, welcome back to a LightWork tutorial. This one today is going to be about space details. So what's the term of a space, how's it used in context of LightWork, and when do you make a new space and when can you keep drawing in an existing space for your lights. So to do that we're going to go into a job in the job list, pick our belly full of lollies, open the job and then go down to spaces on the left and you can see a list of our spaces here. And it's possible to edit spaces, so you can select one and copy it. If you have maybe multiple levels of a office that are similar, you can just copy them across and make amendments each time, or you can delete a space if you make an error, for example. So what I'm going to do is click done and just make a new one from scratch. So you hit in the bottom right the plus button and a new space has been made, and straight away it's popping up with this space details. So this is where you basically enter data about the particular area that you're doing the upgrade. Now, a space in LightWork is referred to as anything where the air conditioning doesn't change, so you don't move from one area that has aircon to another area that doesn't have aircon. You would need to make a new space for that. Also, you can see down here, Australian Standard task type. So if the lux standard changes, so maybe you need more or less light according to the standard, then you would need to make a new space. And the last one is the operating hours. So you can see down here, space type operating hours under the scheme. So if you move from one area to another and it goes from, for instance, from an office to a warehouse, then the operating hours change, so you need to make a new space in LightWork. So those are the three things. If air conditioning changes, if the space type operating hours change, or if the task type lux standard changes, then you need to make a new space in LightWork. If those things all remain the same, you can just keep drawing and adding on rooms and adding on technology. So just to make this new space, let's say this is the car park, the undercover car park. Okay, and the BCA class for an undercover car park, you can see here, undercover BCA class 7A. Length 55 meters, width 35, ceiling height 3.5, and it populates a lot of the information for you before. So we're going to do a full replacement of the fitting, so NJ6C going to U-A. Task type. Now obviously, because you're only driving around and walking, you don't need that higher lux. You're not looking in too much detail. So basically how lux works is the less detail you need to see, the lower the standard will be. So obviously making jewelry, you can see at the very bottom here, extremely difficult tasks like jewelry and watchmaking. If you scroll down, that's actually said that the standard is 1600 lux. So it's very bright because you're seeing tiny details on the jewelry. But if you go to the exact opposite of the standard, up the top, you can see for just movement and orientation, like corridors and walkways, you click that one, you can see down the bottom, the lux here is now 40. So you don't need as much lux if you're not doing very detailed tasks. So because it's a car park and we're just walking and orientating our vehicles around, you can just pick the 40 lux movement orientation. So cleanliness, if I hit, usually normal, not too dirty. Proposed technology, we're going to be installing LEDs, and the space type is a car park undercover. So click that one and you can see the operating hours are 7,000. Okay, so once you've done that, then you can go about your drawing. So anything we draw in here is going to have operating hours of 7,000. So I'll just click save. And go back. So if I go into, for example, the factory, you can click at any time on space details at the top right, left here, and you can see this is building class 7, except the space type is storage with shelving no higher than 75, and that operating hour here is 5,000. So once again, if aircon changes from yes to no, if the space type changes, or if the task type for your lux levels change, then you need to create a new space in LightWork. Otherwise, you're good to go. Anyway, I hope this was useful. Please feel free to contact us directly if you have any questions.